Our next guest has a natural passion and love for regional Indian cuisine and uses it to connect with her cultural heritage. Rinku Bhattacharya is the author of the Bengali Five Spice Chronicles and joins us now in Connecticut Style. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get cooking, I know that you have a blog, Cooking in Westchester. Tell us about that.
Well, the blog is a place for me to keep track of new recipes, keep track of recipes that people ask me for, and as well as keep track of food notes.
Very good. And where can we find that?
It's on www.cookinginwestchester.com.
Very good. And I know that you have your new cookbook. It came out in November. What can we find in that?
You can find a whole assortment of recipes ranging from starters, lentils, vegetables, to fish, meat, and desserts. It emphasizes on the Eastern style of Indian cooking.
Okay. Well, what are we making here today? I know you mentioned this was a dish good for leftovers, right?
So, I mean, we're doing a stir fry. Typically, this dish is done with leftover meat, but since it's also served in the mornings, I've swapped it using eggs.
Okay. How do we get going?
Well, we're
going to hope this gets warm, right?
Hey, let's try this.
Let's try this. There we go. We're in business. And you have to put a little oil in the pan? Okay. Any type of oil? Vegetable oil?
Vegetable oil, I'm using canola oil here.
All right.
This actually gets oil and butter. And if you want, you can use just oil. That's a preference.
Okay. A little bit of butter. Everything tastes a little better with butter, right?
The spices here are very simple. I'm actually literally using two spices. This is cumin and coriander ground up. It's freshly ground. And I have ginger and garlic ground up.
Now these little peppers are going to be real hot, aren't they?
Yes, yes.
So that's where you cut these up?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where you get the spark at the end of the dish, but that's...
Got it. How long have you been cooking? Your whole life?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I used to hang around with my grandmother when I was very, very little. And I think I didn't realize, but I was learning cooking, walking around with her.
All right, so what goes in? We have about a little over 2 minutes.
Yes.
The spices go first? Okay.
This goes in with the ginger and garlic almost simultaneously.
Okay. Now you said this could be served for breakfast, right?
Brunch, really.
Brunch? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells great already. And I'm assuming this is all just going to get sauteed in here?
Pretty much. So the onions go in first.
All right, can I help?
Yes, absolutely.
How much? Is this
all of them?
1 onion, 2 onions?
This is 2 onions.
2 red onions.
Yes. So they've been cut into 8s and then they've been layered.
Okay. Very good.
You do this for about a minute until the onions wilt a little bit. Yes.
Okay. Is this your first cookbook?
Yes.
It's exciting. Or are you have plans for another?
Yes, I'm actually working on another one with the same publisher called Spices and Seasons.
Ooh, fun. All right, what could I toss in next?
Next would be, actually you can take your pick of the peppers.
I'll do red peppers. How about that?
And again, you can actually use a single color. You can use more colors. This is
fun to be colorful, though, right?
Yes, yes. So in summer, I like to mix it up. I add in yellow pepper as well.
Okay.
And we can do the green now.
So the tomatoes?
Green peppers.
Green peppers, that's what you said, okay. And now, what do we do with the eggs exactly?
They go in right at the end. So basically, we really aren't cooking them too much, so we're waiting for the vegetables to kind of get tender crisp. Then you're adding in the eggs, and the tomatoes go in absolutely last before we
they'll get mushy, right? If you cook them too much?
Yes. So the key is you actually do want these vegetables not to overcook because then they lose their color.
Got it. All right, sounds good. Where can we find your cookbook?
On Amazon.
Oh, great. So pretty much anywhere books are sold.
Yes, exactly. And I think since most of us like shopping on Amazon, that's the best place. Barnes & Noble's, obviously, and my publisher's website, too.
All right, very good. Well, we're going to have you finish this. We're going to taste it at the end of the show. And, of course, we're going to have the recipe over on WTNH.com. Thank you so much for being here. All right, coming up next, host families are needed for international students coming to the U.S. We'll tell you about it when Style returns. Don't go anywhere.